This is the one piece of equipment you need to save your supper game during the weekdays. Sheet pan suppers have been all the rage. I think they are completely underrated. These are the reasons you need to be making sheet pan suppers. First and foremost, you can make a complete meal for your family in one pan. So that means minimal dishes to clean. Secondly, if you line it with foil, you might not even have one pan to clean up. Next, these dinners usually take 5 minutes of prep time. We all have that, even if we are working parents who still have to shuffle their kids back and forth to activities. Next, you can only fit so many ingredients on a sheet pan, so these dinners tend to be a little healthier and cleaner in my opinion. Finally, they're super easy, no culinary training necessary. All you have to do is get your ingredients in the pan and into the oven. It really is that easy, and this frees up a lot of time to help with homework or do other things around the house. To give you an example of how easy this style dinner is, I'm gonna show you my sheet pan chicken and veggies. This is super simple. It has about 5 ingredients. So it's also affordable, and we like that. What I like about this recipe is it just highlights the technique of a sheet pan dinner. Feel free to change out whatever veggies you want, different cuts of meat, play around with it, but you'll get the idea. The thing you do have to keep in mind is you want to put things on your sheet pan that cook in about the same amount of time. So in this case, my potatoes, my carrots, and my chicken are going to cook all about the same time, about 35 to 40 minutes. Then I'll add my green beans for the last just 5 minutes or so. I love using these baby potatoes because they're super flavorful and they cook quickly. You can just throw these tiny ones in whole. Some of the bigger ones you might just want to cut in half. Also, go ahead and have your oven preheated to about 400 to 425 degrees for sheet pan dinners. Remember that caramelization that happens during roasting equals flavor. I'm also gonna add baby carrots because no prep time. Can add these straight from the bag. All right, so I'm just gonna toss my carrots and potatoes in a good bit of olive oil, a couple tablespoons. A little salt and pepper is all you really need to season these type dinners because you're gonna get a lot of flavor from the drippings off the chicken, but another way to boost the flavor of these type dishes is to use these dressing packets or seasoning packets that are MSG free, preferably like this Italian dressing mix. It just kind of takes the work off of your brain to even have to think about flavors. So you'll know it's gonna be good. I'm gonna reserve a little bit for the top of my chicken. I'm just gonna flavor the veggies. These generally have a good bit of salt in it, so you shouldn't need extra salt. You want everything evenly coated with the oil and the seasoning. Spread it out in a single layer. I've got just about a pound of potatoes and a pound of baby carrots. Then I'm going to lay my chicken on top. This recipe works with chicken breast if that's what you like, but you'll need to decrease the cooking time a little bit. So I love chicken thighs. They have a lot of flavor and the skin gets good and crispy. You can fit 6 or so onto this sheet tray. You can put them right on top of the veggies or kind of nestled into the veggies. And then just sprinkle your remaining seasoning over the top of the chicken. That's it. You can see that I'm not making a big mess, which I love. This is ready for the oven. All right, it is looking so good. Crispy chicken. It's been about 35 minutes. So we are almost there, and I have not been sitting in the kitchen doing dishes and stuff. So I'm just gonna finish this up. We've got about 5 more minutes till dinner. I mean, how easy is this? All right, my chicken is cooked through and the skin is good and crispy. You could leave them in there for this next step, but it's just easier to toss my green beans without them on here. And in this tray right now is of course that Italian dressing mix, a little bit of olive oil, but now you also have like almost like a little bit of chicken broth in there. So it's good and rich flavor. So I'm gonna toss some greens just to keep this a complete one pan dinner that has all the things, because my dad says that, you know, you have to eat something green. Just to keep these hot, I am gonna just keep them in for the last 5 minutes. And so it looks pretty. Chicken thighs are also good because you can't really overcook them. It takes a lot to overcook a chicken thigh. About 5 to 8 more minutes and dinner is served. Dinner is served. I mean, you gotta admit that looks pretty good. That skin got even crispier. I mean, it looks like full of flavor. Here's one other thing I like to do. You do not have to do this. Get my veggies all together in this luscious little heap, and I add just a little bit of butter. Just a couple little pats, let it melt down over that good stuff, and then we plate it up. It's just that easy. My mouth is kind of watering. All right, you know I'm all about the perfect bite, so do not waste those good juices at the bottom of this pan. I'm gonna scoop them up, spoon it right over the chicken and veggies. Remember, this took about 5 minutes of preparation. Dinners like this and 5 minutes of your time are why you need a sheet pan for your suppers. For more great ideas on how to feed your family great food, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and follow Well Done Food on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Salt and paper. Salt and paper. For more great ideas on how to feed your food,